Okay, so this little bag my wife made out of some corduroy pants that unfortunately I outgrew, and not up but out. And inside this pouch that she made for me uh, is a neat little. It's not a zebra billy can, but it is a billy can, and I got it at a swap meet, uh, or I'm sorry, a consignment shop for $3. $3. It's stainless steel. Comes with a lid that fits well. Okay. The only thing I don't like, it has a plastic knob, but if I'm worried about that plastic knob burning, I can take it off very, very easily. And I might take it off permanently and put some aluminum tape where it is, but I can take that off. I always have a pair of some sort of pliers. I can pick it up. I can take it off. It's not that difficult. So the lid comes off. Inside of it, got some fire starting material, some char cloth, some birch bark. With inside that, I've got a little cup. This cup actually came inside that Stanley that I showed you earlier. I don't use it in the Stanley, but I do use it in here. Inside of that, I've got a larger can that I've wrapped with just a little bit of cordage and sealed it down with some, along the outside. I've put in a few places some super glue so it wouldn't come apart. But it's an insulator. It's not been burnt out. I don't cook in it. It's simply a cup to either have my coffee in the morning, or once my soup is finished boiling, I can put it in here, cover it up, let it steep. The lid that goes with this, cover it up, let it steep, no problem. Make coffee, got something steeping over here like oatmeal. Just got a little microfiber towel in there to help things and get clean. And then on the outside, it had the same plastic handles that I put on some wing nuts. Made real cheap, low tech hanging device. So now I can hang it over my fire, put my lid on it, hang it over my fire, boil my water, have my mix in here. Once the fire has got it to the temperature I want, I can pick it up and I can tip it out into my cups, boil water for the next go round. I can carry a plastic canteen in that instance, so I don't have to go with metal, though 99% of the time I do go with metal. I don't generally feel that I'm going to lose this. If I lose my pack, this will at least still be on my person on a clip on my belt as a redundancy. But I've got a nice stainless steel pot, and this is my new favorite. This is what I'm using. We went on that 3-day, 3-night camping to the Sipsey Wilderness in William B. Bankhead National Forest in northern Alabama, and I use this every morning. I use this every evening. My wife and I cook separately, and I opted for this. I could get it cleaned up. I could get it back to shiny, but the bottom line is, I don't want to. What's the point? It's going to get dirty again. The inside's clean, and that's all that matters to me. This component can go on to the next one, but this is my little billy can. I like it tremendously. Again, it's got a nice tight fitting lid. It'll hold a good amount of fluid. Hang it over your fire, let it simmer. You can cook in it if you choose to. Generally, I'll line this with a plastic Ziploc bag. Put whatever my mix is in there, whether it's Idahoan mashed potatoes, whatever the case may be. Cut up my chorizo, put it in my mashed potatoes, pour it off, take the lid off, let it steep, pour some more water in, have a nice hot cup of coffee while it's steeping, and it's a done deal. So I'm real happy with this setup, and like I said, I use it and plan on using it as my primary because I just do like it that much. It holds a good bit, so it's not wasted space, and It's lightweight. It's stainless steel. And man, I tell you what, honest to goodness, I spent $3 on this at the Bama Flea Mall in Leeds, Alabama. And then I made the bail. The bail will come up underneath with enough force and self-contained within the bag. That's my neat one. That's my newest one. That's my favorite as of right now. I appreciate you watching that one. I know that we've gone through 4 or 5 now. We got 2 more to go through, and then we're going to do some baking later this afternoon. Appreciate your views, comments, concerns, complaints, criticism. Bring them on. I'm thick-skinned. I like hearing from folks. I'm not getting a lot of comments right now. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But if you enjoy it, subscribe. If you subscribe to me, I'll immediately send you an email, thank you, and subscribe back to you. If you've got something that you want to say, just say it. No problems at all. I'm glad to hear it. So thanks again for watching 2 Alabama Yankees. This is Christopher, and I'm going to get back to you here in a few minutes with another couple of videos. Appreciate it. Look at you then. Alright, Christopher with 2 Alabama Yankees. Got one more cook to show. I take this out when I go out with my wife because it's a large vessel. I'll put it inside one of my side bags that will fit with molly straps onto my Alice pack. Or if I choose to, I can take it and hook it up with a shoulder strap on each side and carry just it. It is a steam well insert. I'm not sure what it was originally intended for, but I do know that it slipped down into a steam well. I've seen enough steam wells. I know the dimensions. Slipped down in the steam well, probably kept something like soup or something along that lines hot. It came with these 4 holes, 2 opposite each other. I did not drill those in. It came that way. So imagine at one time there was some sort of tool that hooked that so you could pull it out. What I've done is I've just taken a piece of metal coat hanger where it was already twisted, pulled it across, bent it under so that I could keep it self-contained. When I take this one out, I take out the can that I showed you before because it fits right down in there. So you can unhook it using that I showed you. You can also use that to hang it from those ears. Or you can create with a real simple bit of carving. You take a Y out of a tree, cut a couple notches in at the distance, they slip right in there. You can hang it. Real elegant, real simple. What I've done is on the I've taken very much like the first Boy Scout pan that I showed you that doesn't have the handle on it, and I have JB welded 3 magnets on the back side of it so that when I want to lift the lid, I can use whether my knife or the back of a hatchet, and it'll lift up depending on how you've got it set in. Now for storage, I stuff it in there pretty good that it doesn't pop out. So I gotta use my blade to pop it out. Now I've got a pan to eat out of. Inside, right now I just have some steel wool to clean it up with, a couple of plastic utensils, a pan that came out of very similar to the Boy Scout kit, and a lid that goes with it. So now I have a big pan to boil things in, a small pan to catch water, boil things in, and a plate to eat off of. But what's neat is if you're hanging this in one spot, let's say you're making a freeze-dried meal or something along those lines, and you've got this bubbling away and you're trying to reduce whatever's in there. You've got some water in there and you're going to bring it down, and you need a lid. You can put this lid, it sits right on top, and when you've got it hanging, as you reach out, you can take your lid off, put your lid back on, pull it off. Do the same thing with any blade that you're currently using. Roll it off. You've got a lid to pull off. I think that's pretty neat. I think it's really neat. I don't do a lot of clever things. I'm not that clever of a dude, but having a lid that comes off. Also, now, let's say you're sitting next to a tree. Don't do this to every tree in your park. But let's say you've got a tree and you're in an area that you know is going to be used for timber. You can slam your axe or your hatchet, and then you can connect your bowl and you can eat. You don't have to have a steaming hot bowl sitting on your lap. Same with your blade. You can have it and it'll hold on your blade. Poke it into something soft, sit there, now you've got a blade and you can eat out of your hands free. It's not sitting in your lap. Not a lot worse than having food spilt into your lap, potentially hurting you, potentially smelling up your sleeping area and bringing carnivores or omnivores, boars, pigs, snakes, bear, cat, whatever, coyote into your camp and into your person. It's bad enough if they're sneaking around your campsite, but let alone trying to figure out why your pants smell so good. So again, come right off, pop it down, comes right off, flip it over, closes up good, close your pan, slips in, that'll slip in, put a towel in there, put some coffee in there, put some cleaning materials in there, put some utensils in there, the lid closes down, real easy. Push down on it so that it's in with both of them, and now it's sealed. If you turn it 90 degrees, it'll go right in. It's not coming out. It'll fit right down into a pack. You can put some additional consumables in there. You can put some fire starting gear in there. You can attach that to yourself. You can attach that to your pack. It's too big in my opinion for one person, but for two people it's just fine. When my wife and I go out together and I'm feeling real generous that she doesn't need to carry her own cook kit, I'll carry that and we'll do our meals together. So we've talked about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different cooking kits. I've got one more to show you, and I'll wrap this one up because it's getting to be about 9 minutes. I appreciate you so much for watching my views. I appreciate you so much for leaving your comments, subscribing, and telling it like it is. There's no PC with me. You see something that I need to improve on, you shout at it, okay? Sing it loud, sing it often. We'll see what we can do together as a team to gain some knowledge with one another, and we'll have a lot of good times. So again, this is Christopher down here in beautiful Alabama. 2 Alabama Yankees with my wife Lindsay, who's in there right now doing some sewing for me for my next project. But I wanted to share that with you. I got one more. This next one I'm going to show you, I do want some comments on. So thank you again. We'll get back with you.